Hola a todos y bienvenidos a otro video. So, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Simon Radio Chaos, and welcome back to A Politician's Life, the series where I take a politician's life and talk about it in a succinct and brief way. Today's politician is somebody who had a very big impact in shaping Latin American politics, and that is going to be Anton Castillo. Just kidding. The politician that I'm going to talk about is actually Fidel Castro. So yeah, let's get straight into the video. Fidel Alejandro Castro Ruz was born on August 13, 1962 in Biran, Cuba. Raised in a wealthy family on a sugar plantation, Castro's early years were marked by privilege and education. Aged 6, Castro, along with his elder siblings Ramon and Angelia, were sent to live with their teacher in Santiago de Cuba, dwelling in cramped conditions and relative poverty, often failing to have enough to eat because of their tutor's poor economic situation. Aged 8, Castro was baptized into the Roman Catholic Church, although later became an atheist. Being baptized enabled Castro to attend the La Salle boarding school in Santiago, where he regularly misbehaved, and so was sent to the privately funded Jesuit-run Dolores School in Santiago. In 1945, he graduated from high school in the prestigious Jesuit-run El Colegio de Belén in Havana. Although Castro took an interest in history, geography, and debating at Belén, he did not excel academically, instead devoting much of his time to playing sport. He attended the University of Havana, where he became involved in political activism and anti-imperialist movements. Inspired by the growing unrest against the US-backed Cuban dictator Fulgencio Batista, Castro became a prominent revolutionary figure. In 1953, he led a failed attack on the Moncada barracks, an event that would serve as a catalyst for his future endeavors. After being imprisoned and then released, Castro sought to overthrow Batista through guerrilla warfare alongside Ernesto Che Guevara and a small group of followers. Castro waged a successful revolution. By January 1959, Batista had fled, and Castro's forces entered Havana victorious. With the revolution's success, Castro quickly moved to implement sweeping changes. His government nationalized industries, redistributed land, and introduced social reforms aimed to improving education and health care. Castro's alliance with the Soviet Union brought Cuba to the brink of nuclear warfare during the Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962, when Soviet missiles were discovered on Cuban soil. The world held its breath as US President John F. Kennedy and Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev negotiated a tense standoff. The crisis ended with an agreement to remove the missiles in exchange for a US promise to not invade Cuba. This event solidified Castro's position and marked a pivotal moment in Cold War history. Under Castro's rule, Cuba saw significant improvements in education and healthcare. However, his regime was also marked by widespread repression. Political dissent was not tolerated, and thousands faced imprisonment or execution. The Cuban government's centralized control also led to economic difficulties exacerbated by the US embargo imposed in 1960. Despite these challenges, Castro remained a symbol of resistance to imperialism for many around the world. As Castro aged, he began to cede power to his brother, Raul Castro, particularly after health issues forced him to step down temporarily in 2006. Fidel officially relinquished leadership in 2008, marking the end of an era. Fidel Castro passed away on November 25, 2016. His death was met with a mix of mourning and celebration, reflecting the complex legacy he left behind. Fidel Castro's life remains a powerful reminder of the turbulent intersection of ideology, politics, and personal ambition. His impact on Cuba and the world will continue to be analyzed and debated for generations to come. So yeah, guys, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed this video was probably the video that took me the most amount of time to make in this series. I'm not saying that the process of making this video was monotonous, boring, humdrum, dreary. No, like uneventful. It was actually fun, but what I'm trying to say is that I loved devotion and effort went to making this video. So please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and see you in the next one. Adios.